Welcome to the John and Heidi Show podcast.
John and Heidi.
Here's John and Heidi.
Today is a special day, Heidi. Do you know what today is?
What is today, John?
I thought you'd never ask, Heidi. It is Monday. It is the first day of May. May Day today.
I love May Day.
I know.
We should do May Day baskets.
We should. International Workers' Day today. Global Love Day today. School Principals Day. Law Day. Silver Star Service Banner Day today. Melanoma Monday. National Chocolate Parfait Day. Ooh, we should celebrate that too. National Mother Goose Day and National Loyalty Day today. All of these things happening on this first day of May. It happens to also be a Movie Star Monday. And our guest today is in one of the hottest films of the year so far. Scott Adkins is his name. The movie, by the way, is called John Wick 4.
Yeah.
Huge blockbuster. We're going to chat with Scott Adkins about John Wick 4 coming your way in just a bit on this Movie Star Monday. Thanks for listening.
What a year. With prices on everything going up, it's more important than ever to have a better credit card. Some people use a credit card that's not a very good one. At bettercreditcards.com, we offer a variety of credit card options to fit your needs. Whether you want a card to give you cash back or points and perks, or a credit card to help you build your credit, we probably have it at bettercreditcards.com. Give yourself a little credit. bettercreditcards.com. That's bettercreditcards.com.
Now, surveys and studies and such brought to you by bettercreditcards.com. Study shows the more dating choices you have, the more likely you are to end up alone. Isn't that weird?
That is true, because you're too picky.
Yeah, if you're like, oh, I've got all kinds of people to choose from, and then those people are like, well, maybe you don't have me to choose from anymore.
Right, exactly.
If you don't like me, then don't like me. I could see that, though. And if you are worried about your children eating enough fruits and vegetables, maybe spend a little more time at the dinner table. In a German study, families who took about 10 minutes longer to eat dinner saw the children eat significantly more fruits and vegetables. Children in the study ate an average of about 7 additional pieces of produce equal to 1 extra portion.
Okay.
So it took them a little longer, maybe tiny little bites, 7 tiny little bites. You ever remember that? Like, I just have one more bite.
One more bite.
Just do one more?
Yeah.
Okay, one more bite. Okay, one more. You didn't know that wasn't a bite. That was like a half a bite. One more. Okay, 2 more of the little bites. Just like over there negotiating with a terrorist trying to get him to eat their food. Surveys and studies and such brought to you by bettercreditcards.com.
Did you know you can allocate a percentage of your IRA to physical gold and silver with a tax-free rollover? You can put your IRA back on the gold standard. Genesis Gold IRA is the only IRA that can hold physical precious metals. Call now for your free gold and silver report and learn how to qualify for up to $10,000 in free silver. GenesisGoldIRA.com would like to help protect your IRA today with a simple phone call. Learn more and get the phone number at GenesisGoldIRA.com. That's GenesisGoldIRA.com.
Did you know? Brought to you by GenesisGoldIRA.com. I can't wait to hear Heidi. Did you know? If you're a female runner and you'd like to improve your times, invest in a good sports bra. Really? Who needed this information? Didn't we know this already? This is from the Breast Biomechanics Research Center. I didn't know that was a thing.
I have never heard of that.
It is at the University of Memphis. That is what they do.
But that is common sense
They
stuff.
determined that the increased breast support affects biomechanics in other parts of the body. Wearing the right sports bra could actually boost a woman's running performance by 7%. For some, by far more than that. A spokesperson said, the findings show that sports bras should be considered not only apparel, but as a sports equipment that can both improve performance
is. This is ridiculous.
and reduce the risk of injury, playing a role in women's health. So, yeah, that is maybe the most pointless thing I've read all day. But trust me, I'm working on it. I'll see if I can find something even more pointless. We don't know everything. Well, we already knew this.
John and Heidi.
Now, big screen, little screen, brought to you by InsuranceChicken.com. Fox Television is hunting down the snake oil salesman in their latest game show. The network ordered Snake Oil, hosted by David Spade, executive producer Will Arnett. It'll see contestants pitch unique products by convincing entrepreneurs, some of whom are showcasing real business ventures, while the others are snake oil salesmen whose products are fake. With the help of celebrity advisors, contestants must determine which products are real and which ones are phony. And if they're right, they win some dough.
This sounds like a show you would love.
I'm excited to see it. The series launches this fall, and I'll be watching. Director Rob Savage says his upcoming film adaptation, I can't say that, of Stephen King's 1973 story, The Boogeyman, scared test audiences so
I
much
saw this.
that he had to recut the movie because it was too scary.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's a thing, but they say it was so scary that they have to re-edit to kind of get it so it's not quite so scary. I think that seems like marketing to me. They're like, how scary is it? Oh, test audiences died? No, they didn't die. But June 2nd is when that'll be hitting the big screen. And Heidi will be there.
I will be there.
Big screen, little screen, brought to you by InsuranceChicken.com.
How much do you pay for your cell phone every month? If it's more than $15, it's time for a Mintervention. Mint Mobile makes it affordable and easy to switch. Get a new phone or bring in your current phone. iPhones and Samsung phones both work well with Mint Mobile. At Mintervention.com, you can see the current special offers from Mint Mobile, offering premium wireless for just $15 a month. That's far less than most people are paying, just $15 a month. Learn more now at Mintervention.com. That's Mintervention.com.
Now your scoop of the day comes your way, courtesy of BetterCreditCards.com. Ripley's, believe it or not, says it is just a myth that humans only use 10% of their brain. So you're going, that's not true. We use the other 82% as well. So that only adds up to 92%. All right. I don't know how much of our brain we use, but there are some days I feel like I strain my brain. And it's usually after reading a story that I go, what? Why would somebody have even tried that? This next story, I don't know if that's quite where we're at. This is actually kind of an interesting study. Or not a study, but it says, many women probably will not be surprised to hear this, but a new Pew Research Center study finds that when wives earn about the same as their husbands or more, they still spend more time on housework and childcare. What's more, their husbands spend more time on paid work and leisure. So this is from Pew Research. Feel like a lot of this stuff is trying to divide people. So don't let this divide you. Pew noted, even as financial contributions have become more equal in marriages, the way couples divide their time between paid work and home life remains unbalanced. Husbands in these particular marriages, not all, but the marriages they looked at, were found to spend about 3.5 hours more per week on leisure activities than wives were. The wives in these particular marriages that they studied, not all, but these, spent roughly 2 more hours per week on caregiving than husbands do, about 2.5 hours more per week on housework. The study found that 29% of heterosexual marriages today, women and men, earn about the same. Roughly $60,000 is what the average is for each. 55% of opposite-sex marriages, men are primary or sole breadwinners, earning a median of $96,000. And in 16% of marriages, the wives out-earn their husbands as the primary or sole breadwinner, earning a median of $88,000. So, interesting stuff. That is a study that you could read if you're interested.
I think we're pretty balanced on the chores you and I.
You tell me what to do, and I just do it. That's what it is. Scoop of the
way
day.
to stay happy.
There we go. That's it. It works for me. Scoop of the day comes your way, courtesy of BetterCreditCards.com.
InsuranceChicken.com wants to know, how much are you paying for your insurance? I know it seems like a hassle to switch to a different company, but if you can save a few bucks, it's worth crossing the road to InsuranceChicken.com. We have several of the top insurance companies trying to earn your business. They do that by offering great insurance that is cheap. Okay, enough of the silly chicken puns. It's time to get serious about saving you money on your insurance at InsuranceChicken.com. That's InsuranceChicken.com.
Thank you for listening to the John and Heidi Show. Excited to visit with Scott Adkins. He is in John Wick 4. It's been a blockbuster smash, and this character, John Wick, has done very well for Keanu Reeves. Scott, let's talk about your character in John Wick 4.
Well, I play Killer Harkan, who is the head of the German table in this world of assassins, and John Wick has to come and he's got a bone to pick with me, and of course a lot of action happens.
And if you've ever watched any John Wick movies, you know a lot of action always happens, and that's the best part, isn't it? Yeah,
so it's action filmmaking on it's the pinnacle of action filmmaking, done by Chad Stahelski and his amazing stunt team, 8711. I do believe that there's no other action franchise that can compete with this. It's incredible, and this particular John Wick, and I'm a fan of all of them. I'm not just saying this because I'm in it. I think it takes everything to another level. It's one of the best action films of all time, in my opinion. it's amazing.
And the John Wick franchise has been huge, so that had to be a really fun phone call to get to say, hey, Scott, we want you in John Wick 4.
Yeah, I've been bugging the director since the first one to put me in it, and he waited till number 4. And then he says, Scott, I've got a part for you in John Wick. Do you want to do it? I was like, yeah, of course. He says, well, there's just one catch. This character that I'm thinking of you for, I don't know why he was thinking of me for it, but we're going to put you in a fat suit, and you're going to play this larger-than-life German guy with gold teeth and, in a fat suit, prosthetics, the whole thing. Are you up for the challenge? And I very much was up for the challenge. I thought it was a great opportunity to create a character from the ground up and have a real showy role and have a lot of fun with him.
And the character that you play in John Wick 4, you can barely tell that it's you because they've got you in this big suit. And again, it doesn't look like you at all. You do an amazing job. But is it kind of weird to look at the screen and see that character and go, hey, that's me?
It's actually less weird because, the first time you see a film that you're in, you're going to be looking at it for all the wrong reasons. Oh, I don't like the way my face looks like that, or this, all these weird, vain things that you've got in your head. But when you can completely just disappear into a character, it's very freeing on the set, but also when you watch it back because you're so disconnected from who you are. You can just enjoy the character.
Now, you've had a chance to be in a bunch of films and television programs. Over the course of your career, are there any characters that you've had a chance to play that are maybe the closest to the real Scott Adkins? What is that character?
Made these films called Accident Man 1 and 2, which are very personal to me, and it's kind of comedic role, a bit more fun than a lot of the parts I've been asked to play, and that's probably the closest to my sort of sense of humor and everything.
And you brought up humor, and I got to mention the Pink Panther film, because that is a film that you were a part of. That is a comedy. You're not usually in comedies. Was it kind of fun to be a part of a comedy at least once?
Well, I was only in the Pink Panther a little bit. I'm a huge fan of the original Pink Panther series with Peter Sellers, and I actually paid homage to it in Accident Man 2, the Kato character. I have a similar character in Accident Man 2 that jumps out on me when I least expect it. And, I love the Pink Panther films.
And you've done a phenomenal job doing the action films. And again, the newest one that's out right now, John Wick 4, definitely an action film. Are there any genres that maybe you haven't had a chance to be a part of that you would like to do, or maybe even just do more of a certain genre that you haven't had a chance to do more of yet?
You know what? I love action. And I've got a fan base that expects action from me, and I'm very aware of that. So I'm happy to stick in this genre, although I do like to mix and match, but it's normally action/horror, action/sci-fi, action/romantic comedy maybe at some point. But yeah, I do like to keep doing the action stuff because I'm good at it, I enjoy it, and it's what my fans expect from me.
Well, you do a darn good job in the action film, so keep that up. Again, thank you so much for taking the time to chat with us today about John Wick 4.
Thanks a lot.
Again, our guest today, Scott Adkins. He is one of the people you'll see in the movie. John Wick 4 recently came out. He hit the box office really hard and did very, very well. You can find all of the details and the trailer and all the information about John Wick 4 in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com.
What a year. With prices on everything going up, it's more important than ever to have a better credit card. Some people use a credit card that's not a very good one. At bettercreditcards.com, we offer a variety of credit card options to fit your needs. Whether you want a card to give you cash back or points and perks, or a credit card to help you build your credit, we probably have it at bettercreditcards.com. Give yourself a little credit. Bettercreditcards.com. That's bettercreditcards.com.
Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
In 2005, Australian Parliament banned staff from using the word mate. The Prime Minister objected, saying mate was an important part of Australian culture, and the ban was overturned within 24 hours. Mate.
Okay.
Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
Roughly 33% of cats are not affected by catnip. So they're not all, going crazy for this stuff. Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
It takes a drop of water 90 days to travel the entire 2,390 miles of the Mississippi River.
Oh,
yeah,
that's
so
interesting.
90 days to get all the way. Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
Race horses can wear out new horse shoes in just one race.
Really?
Yeah, so if you ever wonder how long they last, now you know. Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
Lemons float, limes sink.
Really?
Yeah, that's pretty cool. And another fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
The average yawn lasts 6 seconds.
Okay.
And our final fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
She just yawned. Cheetahs. No, I'm done. Cheetahs can't roar, but they can purr, meow, hiss, and growl like a house cat. So there you go. Several fun facts. Now you know. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
Did you know you can allocate a percentage of your IRA to physical gold and silver with a tax-free rollover? You can put your IRA back on the gold standard. Genesis Gold IRA is the only IRA that can hold physical precious metals. Call now for your free gold and silver report and learn how to qualify for up to $10,000 in free silver. GenesisGoldIRA.com would like to help protect your IRA today with a simple phone call. Learn more and get the phone number at GenesisGoldIRA.com. That's GenesisGoldIRA.com.
Time now for the Mint Mobile question of the day. Yay! It's brought to you by Mintervention.com. Heidi, a study found that couples who share this similar taste in this area are happier than couples who don't. What is it?
Music.
That's probably true as well, but sense of humor.
Oh.
I can absolutely see that. The dumb things that we both laugh at, if either of us were normal people, we would have divorced the other one a long time ago.
But a lot of the dumb stuff you laugh at, I don't laugh at.
No, but there's a lot of stuff that the two of us are the only...
And a lot of the sick stuff I laugh at, you just think, you're just like, oh my gosh, I can't believe you thought that was funny.
I only have to do that in public. I actually agree with you. Okay, Mint Mobile question of the day comes your way, courtesy of Mintervention.com.
How much do you pay for your cell phone every month? If it's more than $15, it's time for a Mintervention. Mint Mobile makes it affordable and easy to switch. Get a new phone or bring in your current phone. iPhones and Samsung phones both work well with Mint Mobile. At Mintervention.com, you can see the current special offers from Mint Mobile, offering premium wireless for just $15 a month. That's far less than most people are paying, just $15 a month. Learn more now at Mintervention.com. That's Mintervention.com.
Now some weird news brought to you by WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com. In Greece, 3 guys thought they had the perfect plan for robbing a bank. So if you're planning on robbing a bank, listen up. They had their getaway car ready. Check. They had their guns drawn. Check. They had their masks on. Check. What they didn't count on was that this particular bank, you have to be buzzed in at the front door by a bank employee. And they don't usually unlock the door for 3 guys in ski masks with gun drawn. Instead, the police were called and they were arrested because they were stuck in the lobby and they couldn't get out.
Oh, so that is hilarious.
That's a good plan for banks,
That's a great plan for banks.
Yeah.
All banks should do that.
Yeah, I think it's a good idea. It's a very good idea. Weird news comes your way courtesy of WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com.
John and Heidi.
It's time now for the list brought to you by BetterCreditCards.com. Suffering for their art. Some parents concerned about the levels of physicality their children may be exposed to in sports instead encourage their kids to take up arts, but they don't always go as planned. So here's some things that are kind of interesting when it comes to arts that are also maybe a bit struggling. Clarinetists can develop thumb problems from the weight of the instrument balancing on their thumb. I guess I never thought about that. That is a pretty good-sized instrument. Violinists often have fiddler's neck from the friction of the instrument on their skin and have back problems. Cymbalists get a thing called cymbalist's shoulder from, the banging the things together.
Sure.
I guess that causes. Flutists end up with a thing called flutist's forearm.
Okay.
So this next one, I don't know if there's a thing or if they put it in here to see if I'd read it. Guitarists end up with a thing called guitarist nipple. So apparently it's from the guitar rubbing on your...
Oh.
I don't know. And bagpipers may have it the worst. They develop a spastic hourglass stomach, making frequent rumbling noises. The bagpipe skins are cured with glycerin and honey, which can encourage the growth of molds and bacteria inside of them. Ugh. So apparently some of these musicians are really not doing so great because of their art. So that is the list brought to you by our good friends at BetterCreditCards.com.
InsuranceChicken.com wants to know, how much are you paying for your insurance? I know it seems like a hassle to switch to a different company, but if you can save a few bucks, it's worth crossing the road to InsuranceChicken.com. We have several of the top insurance companies trying to earn your business. They do that by offering great insurance that is cheap. Okay, enough of the silly chicken puns. It's time to get serious about saving you money on your insurance at InsuranceChicken.com. That's InsuranceChicken.com.
Quote of the day comes your way, courtesy of InsuranceChicken.com. Our quote today is from Al McGuire, who says, "The only mystery in life is why the kamikaze pilots wore helmets." Well,
That's true.
that is kind of a good question. Quote of the day comes your way courtesy of InsuranceChicken.com. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show on a Monday.
John and Heidi.
This portion of the John and Heidi Show is brought to you by the John and Heidi Show. That sounds kind of funny, but it's true. Go to your local radio station and ask them to start carrying the John and Heidi Show. Here's the best part. They can carry the show for free. They play a couple commercials, but it doesn't cost them anything every month. So if you know a radio station that could use a little bit of help, send them our way. Send them to johnandheidishow.com. Again, johnandheidishow.com. We would love to do a radio program in your community. Then you could listen to the podcast and listen to us on the radio.
John and Heidi.
We always like to wrap things up around here with good news, and I think this is good news. I love this story. Comes your way courtesy of GenesisGoldIRA.com. Here's a headline. Austin Fire Department helps a 95-year-old mow his lawn.
Aww.
Members of the fire department in Austin, Texas, helped a 95-year-old resident mow the lawn. Last Friday, an engine passed by the home. They noticed an elderly man struggling to mow the lawn.
Aww.
It says, yesterday afternoon, our C shift crew from Engine 6, Lieutenant Matt Avery, Fire Specialist Eric Lupton, and firefighters Wilson Arrivas and Gus Weinhold happened by this house in South Austin. They saw a 95-year-old resident struggling to mow his lawn. They promptly stopped, jumped out of the unit, and gave him a hand. With firefighter Rivas making quick work of the Healy front yard, the department said. There is a video and some photos because while they were doing, some of the other guys snapped the photos, or maybe it was somebody just passing by that snapped the photos. But there's pictures that you can see the gentleman here, 95-year-old gentleman, and you can tell he's very appreciative of these guys stopping and helping. So, and it
How
looks
sad
like,
is it that this is so rare that it
Yeah.
has to become news? This should be just commonplace.
Oh yeah, and it looks like, because I see down here on Twitter, kudos to those folks for their commitment to serving those in need. So it looks like this was actually shared by somebody that was passing by. So I don't think it was shared officially by the fire department to start with, because it's on a Twitter handle for a person, LTK, but they, tagged them.
Yeah,
on
no, I
Twitter.
think that's really great.
And they also tagged maybe the governor. I don't know. They tagged some other people. Anyway, they just put a really nice message on Twitter with a video, and then I think these photos might actually be screenshots from the video is what that is. Anyway, I think it's really cool. And if you have the ability to do that, it makes not only you, not only will it make this 95-year-old or the person you know that could need help, make them feel good, it'll make you feel good too for doing something that is, not going to be really hard for you. Take the opportunity to do that. Get to know a neighbor, somebody that might, don't just assume they need your help. Go over and ask, hey, can I help you with this?
Right.
Because I've actually seen that too, where, somebody's just took it upon themselves to do something, and then the person was mad. They're like, that's my only exercise. So make sure you ask first. Time to say goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, everybody. Have a great day. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.